Hello everybody. This is first video of the year. Just thought I'd show some of the changes I made to the aquaponic system and hopefully get some advice on it from some people online, because it's I'm not sure if it's really the best way to do it. So you can see we've got the water filled all the way up. This year I brought the pump up and put it into the pond and pumped up a bunch of pond water. So now I've got a full tank. We're going to hopefully keep it full because I'm going to be putting trout in this year. That's the plan. I have just some goldfish I moved out there for just now to get some bacteria going. And you can see I got the bed all cleaned out. And these little strawberries are coming back. I was surprised. I didn't think they were going to make it, but a few of them, and not most of them actually, except for the two corner ones, looks like they might not have made it, but the other ones have started putting up some shoots. So that's exciting. So I'm going to leave those in. And I just cleaned up the old stuff and the rest of the bed. I don't know, we'll put something in there. So it's cycling, working good. So the changes I made, well, for trout, I can't, the water gets too warm in here. So this is going to be my fancy high-tech cooler. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in the cover and just run a coil in this little chest freezer in here, and I'll just use a small little cheap aquarium pump just to move the water all the time through the freezer. And I'm hoping that will keep things cool enough in that tank during the hottest parts of the summer to keep the trout alive, because they don't like the warmer water. So the changes I made last year, if you've watched any of the videos, everything came out of this tank. The pump was in here. Everything came out through this pipe and came back either directly from the biofilter bed or through this pipe. I guess at the time I had that wading pool here, as well as for a deep water tank. But I'm changing that. I've got a new bed that I've purchased. I found really cheap, a big fiberglass 4x8 sheet. What? It's muddy, yeah, that's okay. And so anyway, so it's gonna go right here, but I don't have it here yet, so it's not set up, but it's gonna drain. So what I've done is I've left everything except the grow bed draining back to here. The pump is no longer in the fish tank directly. I've got it in a sump. So the water drains out this pipe down in, and I put in this small radial flow filter. I'm hoping it seems to be working. There's dirt and stuff collecting in the bottom, so it appears to be working with just whatever dirt was in the pond water. It runs out the back. You can see this is the drain here for the radial flow filter. Nothing's glued together yet. I've just kind of stuck it together. I want to make sure it works, and then I'll disassemble and glue if the joints are dripping. So the drain out of the radial flow filter comes over here and drops into this sump tank. And this is my return pipe from draining the biofilter, which is an ebb and flow. So yeah, you can see the water's down there, but it's basically gets full when the ebb and flow bed drains. It's the only way I could really figure out a way to not overflow my fish tank and keep my fish tank at a consistent flow, because I want to make a nice consistent flow coming out of my through my filter. And if that is draining down, it's not going to have any flow, and then when it fills up, it will overflow. Well, it might take it away fast, but I just felt like a consistent flow through there would be more efficient. So I've got this. This doesn't go through the filter directly, but eventually all the water gets cycled, because it's cycling all the time through the filter. So I don't know if that's the best way to do it. It seemed like the only way I could do it, but maybe other people have different ideas on how to do it, but I don't know. So yeah, we got, in other news, we had a leak. Last year sometime this past spring, the water froze and broke. So we had to dig that all up this spring with an excavator. So I have to bring in some more gravel just to fill in the inside part here once it kind of settled. But otherwise we're all hooked up. in operation. You can see we have definitely overdone our capacity for my little cold frame. But got some tomatoes. Looks like things are needing to be fertilized a little bit. Need to be fed. There's everything from flowers to vegetables in here. And Elliot, can you please see what she's upset about? Yeah. All our cold crops, of course, are just loving it. Getting that warm at the day, but not too warm because it stays at night. I don't know what's going on here. I think Amy planted a bunch of spinach and stuff to try to get a crop out of that before we get into the regular growing. So yeah, nothing to, I got some repairs to do to some different things. And on the greenhouse, the only other thing we did is I've got these 2 tanks filled up, and we're going to use this for greenhouse watering, and then hopefully I'm going to have my rainwater system will drain into this from the house, from the gutter system. So anyway, that's a quick update. Comments, suggestions, feel free to subscribe and like. Bye.